Why are you out of power? The truth hidden in your cells that no one told you. Do you wake up tired even after sleeping through the night? Do you feel like you need coffee, sugar, or some stimulant just to get out of bed? Or worse, have you ever had that feeling of exhaustion right after eating or doing a simple activity? These situations may seem normal in the rush of everyday life, but they are not. And ignoring them may be costing you your quality of life. Most people think that constant fatigue is a lack of rest or willpower. But in fact, the problem may lie where almost no one looks: inside your cells. Mitochondria, microscopic structures that generate energy, are responsible for keeping your body active, your mind awake, and your vital functions operating properly. But when these plants start to fail, everything goes wrong. What exactly is sabotaging your mitochondria and draining your energy? Let's get started. What is behind the tiredness that won't go away? Feeling tired from time to time is normal. But when exhaustion becomes part of your routine, even if you get enough sleep, something is wrong. This type of persistent fatigue is not only physical, it is usually accompanied by difficulty concentrating, lack of motivation, and a feeling of always being on the edge. The cause of this deep exhaustion may lie beyond poor sleep quality or day-to-day stress. One of the most ignored roots of chronic tiredness is in the mitochondria. These small structures, present in practically every cell in your body, are responsible for producing the energy that powers all vital functions. If they're not working well, your body goes into an extreme economy mode. It slows down, loses strength, and the mind becomes cloudy. This can happen for a variety of reasons, from hormonal imbalances and nutrient deficiencies to excess toxins and poor eating habits. The good news is that, in most cases, it is possible to recover the efficiency of the mitochondria with small lifestyle changes. And by doing so, you may feel more energy, mental clarity, and disposition than you've had in years. Is it possible to recover lost energy by supporting mitochondria? Yes, it is possible, and simpler than it seems. Mitochondria function as power plants inside your cells. They convert the food you eat into usable energy, which is essential for your brain to think, your heart to beat, and your muscles to move. But over time, bad habits and exposure to constant stress, poor diet, environmental pollutants, and sedentary lifestyle compromise the ability of these cell plants to produce energy. The result of this is a sluggish body, tired mind, and that feeling of constant exhaustion. On the other hand, when you start providing them with what they need to function, specific nutrients, quality oxygen, restful sleep, and the right stimuli, the transformation is noticeable. The body responds quickly, as if it were rediscovering its natural rhythm. Several scientific studies show that simple changes, such as adjusting your diet, hydrating properly, engaging in light exercise, and exposing yourself to the sun daily, have a profound impact on mitochondrial health. In addition, specific supplements and phytonutrients can complement this process. So, yes, by adopting the right strategies, it is possible to recover energy, disposition, and vitality in a natural and sustainable way, giving your cells back the power to function at their best. How do mitochondria influence your daily energy? Everything you do, breathing, thinking, walking, digesting food, or even standing, depends on energy. And this energy doesn't just come from food or sleep. It is produced inside your cells by mitochondria. Mitochondria turn the nutrients you consume into a molecule called ATP, which functions as the body's main energy currency. Without enough ATP, no bodily function happens efficiently. And that's why, when mitochondria are compromised, you feel tired, mental confusion, and low physical endurance. They are present in almost all cells, but they are especially numerous in energy-intensive organs such as the brain, heart, muscles, and liver. That is, if the mitochondria stop working well, you don't just feel tired, you lose clarity, focus, muscle strength, and even emotional balance. In addition, mitochondria are highly sensitive to lifestyle. Lack of nutrients, excess sugar, chronic stress, and sedentary lifestyle directly affect your ability to function. On the other hand, when you take care of them, your entire body responds positively. It's like restoring your body's internal battery and rediscovering an energy that you didn't even remember existed. What happens to the body when this energy system begins to fail? When mitochondria stop working as they should, the body begins to emit clear, though often ignored, signals. The first sensation is usually of strange tiredness, which does not improve with rest. But over time, other symptoms accumulate. The mind begins to fail. Simple tasks require more effort. Memory becomes foggy, focus disappears, and motivation gives way to discouragement. Physically, muscles lose strength, endurance decreases, and the feeling of weakness can appear even after minor efforts. After meals, instead of feeling satiated and energized, you feel sleepy, lethargic, or even headaches. This happens because the body cannot efficiently convert food into energy. The immune system also suffers. You may start to become more vulnerable to the flu, inflammation, or recurrent infections. The skin loses its shine, the hair thins, and digestion slows down. Behind all of this are overworked, intoxicated, or weakened mitochondria. When ATP production drops, the entire body goes into survival mode, prioritizing basic functions and leaving the rest in the background. Ignoring these signs can lead to chronic fatigue and even more serious metabolic diseases. What signs indicate that your energy production is compromised? When the mitochondria stop producing energy as they should, the body does not take long to give signals. But many of these signs are confused with hard routine or natural aging. The problem is that, by ignoring them, you may be postponing essential care for your health. The first sign is constant tiredness. That kind of exhaustion that comes on as soon as you wake up and drags on throughout the day. Even with rest, you don't feel your energy really being restored. Then there are sudden power outages. It's common to feel a spike in energy after a meal, followed by a sudden crash that knocks down your mood and concentration. The mind also complains. Difficulty focusing, memory lapses, feeling mentally sluggish can all indicate low ATP production. Other signs include difficulty exercising, a feeling of heaviness in the legs, low stress tolerance, mood swings, non-restorative sleep, and even sensitivity to bright lights or noises. These symptoms, when persistent, are alerts from your body. They show that something is wrong at the base of your life energy. And almost always, that foundation is in the mitochondria, silent but fundamental to your daily well-being. What tests or habits help identify a mitochondrial imbalance? While there is no single, definitive test that diagnoses common mitochondrial dysfunction, it is possible to identify warning signs through a combination of clinical analysis and day-to-day observations. Simple laboratory tests, such as complete blood count, vitamin profile, minerals, and inflammatory markers, can already indicate imbalances that directly affect the functioning of mitochondria. For example, low levels of vitamin B1, magnesium, coenzyme Q10, and iron can point to failures in the cellular energy generation process. Other tests, such as liver function, fasting glucose, insulin, cortisol, and thyroid function, also help identify factors that compromise mitochondria indirectly. But beyond the exams, observing certain patterns in your lifestyle can be even more revealing. Do you wake up tired even after sleeping 8 hours? Do you feel sleepy after eating, or have difficulty staying awake in the afternoon? Do you have difficulty concentrating, muscle fatigue, or a drop in productivity? These frequent habits and sensations are valuable signs. They help build a more complete picture about your energy metabolism. Therefore, more than seeking a punctual diagnosis, the ideal is to have continuous medical and nutritional monitoring, observing how your body responds to changes and learning to interpret its signs carefully. 1. The invisible villain. How cortisol could be sucking your energy without you realizing it. Cortisol is an essential hormone. It helps the body react to stress, regulates blood pressure, and contributes to the release of energy in emergency situations. The problem starts when he stops appearing only at specific times and starts to be present all the time. Excess cortisol, especially when released chronically, creates a true internal breakdown. It raises blood sugar levels, forces mitochondria to overwork, and makes it harder for the body to access energy efficiently. In addition, elevated cortisol disrupts deep sleep, which is necessary to restore cellular energy. You may even feel an extra gas at the beginning of the day, but after that, there are sudden drops in energy, irritability, a feeling of mental and physical exhaustion. High cortisol levels also promote silent inflammation, accelerate cellular aging, and increase the risk of insulin resistance, another factor that compromises energy production. Controlling this hormone is essential. Mindful breathing, regular relaxing activities, quality sleep, and soothing teas such as lemon balm tea can help regulate cortisol naturally. If you live in a constant state of alert, maybe your energy is being drained by this invisible villain without you realizing it. 2. The forgotten vitamin that may be missing from your diet and leaving you exhausted. Few people talk about it, but vitamin B1, also known as thiamine, may be the missing piece of the puzzle of your energy. Without it, your body simply can't turn food into usable fuel. It's like trying to start a car without a key. The engine is there, but it doesn't start. Thiamine is essential for the functioning of mitochondria, as it acts directly in the conversion of glucose into energy. When levels of this vitamin are low, you may experience constant fatigue, muscle weakness, mental confusion, and even difficulty breathing deeply. And the most curious thing, these symptoms are easily confused with anxiety or stress. Excess caffeine, alcohol, and the consumption of ultra-processed foods quickly deplete B1 stores. People who consume a lot of soda, energy drinks, or follow nutrient-poor diets are at higher risk of deficiency. The good news is that replacing this vitamin is simple and effective. Foods such as sunflower seeds, organic pork, wild-caught fish, garlic, asparagus, and unfortified nutritional yeast are rich sources. By restoring your B1 levels, you not only feel an immediate boost of energy, but it also helps reduce the effects of cortisol, fighting two problems at once. 3. The foods that steal your energy. They look innocent, but they destroy your mitochondria. Have you ever noticed how some foods make you more tired than before eating? That feeling of sluggishness after a meal can be a wake-up call. And the reason may lie in the ultra-processed foods that invade the shelves and our daily lives. These products, filled with refined flours, hidden sugars, industrial vegetable oils, and artificial additives, are true enemies of mitochondria. They offer empty calories, without the nutrients needed for your cells to produce energy efficiently. In addition to not providing the elements that mitochondria need, these foods also cause inflammation in the body. The result is a silent process of internal sabotage. Inflamed cells malfunction, ATP production decreases, and you feel slower and slower, both physically and mentally. By replacing processed foods with natural, nutrient-rich options, the change is noticeable within a few days. Fresh meats, eggs, assorted vegetables, nuts, olive oil, and low glycemic fruits help regenerate your mitochondria and restore your energy. The key is not to eat less, but to eat better. Your body recognizes the difference and thanks you with more willingness, clarity, and vigor. 4. The mistake in your diet that makes your energy disappear. After meals. Have you ever had that feeling of heavy sleep right after lunch? Or that sudden drop in energy that seems to knock you down in the middle of the afternoon? This may not be laziness, it may be insulin resistance. When you consume a lot of foods rich in refined carbohydrates, such as white bread, pasta, cakes, candy, and soda, your body releases a large amount of insulin. Insulin to deal with excess blood sugar. But over time, the cells become less sensitive to this hormone. The sugar starts to circulate in the blood without being able to enter the cells, which are exactly where it would be used by the mitochondria to produce energy. Without fuel inside the cell, the body goes into economy mode. Energy plummets, your mind slows down, and you feel like eating more, creating a vicious cycle. In addition, excess insulin contributes to the accumulation of abdominal fat and inflammation, further hindering the function of mitochondria. To reverse this situation, it is necessary to make adjustments in the diet. Reduce the consumption of sugar and flour, Increase good fats and proteins, and adopt periods of intermittent fasting, always with professional guidance. When you re-establish the balance of insulin, the energy comes back strongly. 5. A powerful nutrient that fades over time and leaves you without strength. As we age, an essential nutrient for energy production begins to silently disappear from our body. Coenzyme Q10, also known as CoQ10. It is essential for the functioning of mitochondria, as it acts directly on the ATP production chain, the main source of cellular energy. Without adequate levels of CoQ10, your cells simply can't generate enough energy to keep your body's functions in balance. The result is constant tiredness, lack of physical resistance, difficulty concentrating, and even muscle pain. In addition to age, certain medications like statins and diabetes drugs also drastically reduce the natural production of CoQ10. This explains why many people who make continuous use of these drugs report intense fatigue with no apparent cause. The good news is that it is possible to replenish CoQ10 with food and supplements. Cuts of meat with organs, such as liver and heart, fatty fish such as sardines and mackerel, and free-range eggs are rich sources of this nutrient. Supplements in the form of ubiquinol are also highly absorbable and effective. By strengthening your CoQ10 reserve, you help your mitochondria function better. And this can represent the end of persistent fatigue and the beginning of a new phase of vitality. 6. The organ that few care about: tiredness, but that may be devastating you every day. When we think of energy, almost no one remembers the liver, but it is one of the most important organs in the regulation of metabolism and energy production. It is in the liver that the body stores and releases glucose into the blood, detoxifies harmful substances, and converts nutrients into fuel for the mitochondria. If the liver is overloaded, this gear locks up, and when this happens, the direct consequence is the loss of energy. You start to feel slower, with compromised thinking, difficulty losing weight, and that feeling of constant heaviness in the body. A diet rich in ultra-processed foods, excessive alcoholic beverages, exposure to toxins, and accumulated visceral fat contribute to a slow, inflamed, and inefficient liver. This often silent condition is known as non-alcoholic fatty liver. To help the liver work as it should again, it is essential to reduce processed foods, sugars, and fried foods. Drinking lemon juice in warm water when you wake up, consuming sulfur-rich vegetables like broccoli, cabbage, onions, and cauliflower, and staying hydrated are also things that make a difference. A healthy liver means a cleaner body, accelerated metabolism, and mitochondria running at full throttle. Bypassing this organ can cost you dearly in energy and well-being. 7. Do you drink water? It may not be enough for your energy to come back. Drinking water is essential, but it's not enough to just take a few sips throughout the day to keep your body energized. Mild and constant dehydration is one of the most ignored causes of fatigue, and the worst, it often happens even in people who think they are drinking a lot. What few people know is that water is essential for the transport of nutrients, the elimination of toxins, and the proper functioning of mitochondria. When the body is dehydrated, even minimally, the blood becomes thicker, the heart needs to pump harder, and oxygen reaches the cells more difficult. Result? Mitochondria produce less energy, and you feel it as tiredness, headache, difficulty concentrating, and low mood throughout the day. A powerful strategy is to use sparkling mineral water, rich in minerals, and add a pinch of unrefined sea salt, such as Celtic salt. This simple gesture improves cell absorption and helps restore electrolyte balance. In addition, drinking regularly, and not just when you feel thirsty, makes all the difference. The ideal is to always keep the body slightly hydrated. Like a plant that flourishes in moist soil, your body needs water to function, but your mitochondria need the right water at the right time. 8. The lack of mineral salts may be leaving you drained, and no one told you that you may be eating well, getting enough sleep, and even hydrating regularly, but still feel lacking energy. One reason may be a deficiency in essential minerals, an often overlooked detail, but crucial to the functioning of your mitochondria. Minerals such as magnesium, potassium, and sodium are key electrolytes for cells to produce energy. They act as conductors of electrical impulses, facilitating communication between cells and the functioning of muscles, brain, and heart. When these minerals are out of balance, the body goes on alert. You may experience muscle weakness, cramps, dizziness when standing up, irregular heartbeat, and most importantly, persistent fatigue that does not improve with rest. Magnesium, for example, is involved in more than 300 biochemical reactions in the body, including the generation of ATP, the energy fuel for mitochondria. Potassium regulates the entry of nutrients into cells, while sodium ensures water balance and proper oxygen transport. Replenishing these minerals can be simple. Include rich foods such as avocados, bananas, green leaves, seeds, sparkling mineral water, and even use supplements with professional guidance. Correcting this invisible detail may be what you need to regain energy and feel really good again. 9. The culprit hidden in your sleep that doesn't let you really recharge. Do you sleep but wake up more tired than when you went to bed? This may not just be insomnia or light sleep. A silent disorder may be sabotaging your recovery during the night. Sleep apnea. Apnea is characterized by short pauses in breathing while you sleep. These interruptions prevent oxygen from reaching the brain and body properly, causing sleep to not reach the deepest and most restorative phases. Even if you sleep for 8 hours, the feeling when you wake up is exhausted. Without enough oxygen, mitochondria cannot produce energy efficiently, and this directly affects the functioning of the brain, heart, and muscles. The result appears the next day: mental fatigue, lack of focus, daytime sleepiness, and even mood swings. Apnea can be associated with being overweight, drinking alcohol before bed, or airway anatomy. Often, the person does not even realize that they suffer from it, except through exams or reports from partners who hear snoring or pauses in breathing. Seeking proper diagnosis and treatment, such as lifestyle changes, adjustments in sleeping position, or the use of specific devices, can be the key to regaining truly restorative nights. And with that, your energy returns to circulate as it should. 10. Other lifestyle details that suck your energy without you noticing. Sometimes tiredness doesn't come from a big flaw in the body, but from small daily habits that slowly drain your energy. These details go unnoticed, but they have a real impact on mitochondrial function and your overall well-being. Sitting for hours without moving, for example, reduces blood circulation and the transport of oxygenio, calm. Less oxygen, the mitochondria produce less energy. In addition, a sedentary lifestyle slows down the metabolism and increases silent inflammation. Another hidden villain is the excess of digital stimulation. Constant exposure to screens, notifications, and artificial light, especially at night, affects the production of melatonin, the hormone that regulates deep sleep and cellular recovery. Without quality sleep, your mitochondria don't have time to regenerate. Eating in a hurry, skipping meals, or eating late at night also impair digestion and the body's biological rhythm. And this directly interferes with the use of the nutrients that your cells need so much to generate energy. Even shallow breathing, common. In situations of stress or anxiety, decreases oxygenation of the brain and tissues. The good news is that changing these habits is simple and extremely effective. Small things like walking after meals, practicing deep breathing, and sleeping in a dark, quiet environment can restore your energy in surprising ways. 11. The step-by-step guide to activating your cellular power plants. Naturally, now that you understand what may be sabotaging your energy, it's time to learn how to reactivate your mitochondria in a natural and practical way. The good news is that you don't need complicated solutions. Consistent, small lifestyle changes already make a big difference. It all starts with movement. The practice of light exercise, such as daily walks outdoors, directly stimulates the production of new mitochondria. And contact with sunlight regulates cortisol and improves the production of vitamin D and melatonin, which are essential for energy. Another important step is to take care of your diet. Adopt a diet based on real foods: lean meats, fatty fish, free-range eggs, fresh vegetables, low-sugar fruits, and healthy fats like olive oil and avocados. These foods provide the nutrients and antioxidants your mitochondria need to function well. Sleeping well, staying hydrated, and reducing the stress load are also fundamental pillars. Practices such as meditation, mindful breathing, and breaks throughout the day help balance the nervous system and reduce internal wear and tear. Your habits are the foundation of your metabolism. By building a routine that aligns with your body's biology, you restore strength to your mitochondria and vitality to your life. 12. The essential kit of supplements. To make your cells work as they should. When the lifestyle is adjusted, the diet is balanced, and the sleep is up to date, supplements come in as strategic allies to optimize the functioning of the mitochondria. They are not a substitute for healthy habits, but they can accelerate results and fill nutritional gaps that the body often cannot fill on its own. One of the most important is magnesium, especially in the form of magnesium glycinate, which is highly absorbable and gentle on the digestive system. It participates in the production of ATP, helps relax the nervous system, and improves sleep quality. Another ally is coenzyme Q10, preferably in the form of ubiquinol. This antioxidant compound acts inside the mitochondria, facilitating energy generation and protecting cells against premature wear and tear. Electrolytes, such as potassium, sodium, and magnesium, are essential for maintaining water balance and allowing electrical impulses to flow properly between cells. Powdered supplements with these minerals can help keep levels stable throughout the day. For those who suffer from slow digestion or poor nutrient absorption, digestive enzymes with betaine HCl and bile salts can improve the absorption of food, which directly reflects on energy disponible. Con the right guidance, these supplements work as extra fuel for your mitochondria. The result is more energy, more clarity, and more vitality. Feeling tired all the time doesn't have to be your new normal. You weren't made to live in survival mode, pushing the days with caffeine, sugar, and willpower. Your body is incredibly intelligent and capable of regenerating itself if you give it the right conditions. The energy you are looking for is not in magic or immediate solutions. It is in the deep functioning of your cells, in the natural rhythm of your body, and in the way you take care of yourself daily. By looking at the mitochondria as the center of your vitality, you begin to understand that small choices have a gigantic impact. Every conscious breath, every nutritious meal, every glass of water, every good night's sleep is a step in the right direction. It's a signal to your body that it can get out of alertness and go back to functioning at its best. It doesn't matter how long you've been feeling this way. It is always possible to start over, rebalance, and recover your energy. You deserve to wake up well, think clearly, and live willingly. Take the first step. Your body is ready to shine again from the inside out, and your mitochondria are waiting for you. Do you want me to create the impactful title for the text now?